Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Need to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Everybody got a copy of the minutes in the mail? Any changes that needed to be made? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve those.
I so moved.
Second. Motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
And that one. I'm sorry, the agenda was Mitch and, oh, my game today. Yes, Mitch. And seconded it? Who seconded it?
Nobody really did, but
Yeah.
I will
Laura
have
made
to
the
look
motion,
back.
I second.
Still trying to wait that.
Okay, moving on, old business, city garden program.
Yeah, just to provide you an update, I took Mr. Klein, I'll keep this short, and I'll explain why here in a second. I took Mr. Klein from Jim
RC&D, Resource Conservation Development.
around town. He came back with a pretty thorough assessment of what his recommendations would be. I will tell you that neither of the parks we visited were his recommendations. So unless something changes, it looks like this is actually something that will not directly involve the park board, just to kind of give you an update at this point. If that changes, I'd be happy. At the time that the agenda was put together, that was not known. And of course, I wanted to give you an opportunity to hear that from me. So at this time, that's not the recommendation. The places that were considered in some detail were, he was interested in the farm property beside Kids World, which there's some complications there. He was interested in the school's property beside the greenhouse, which, once again, there's a little bit of a problem there. And then the third one that got lots of conversation at the council meeting was north of what's known as kind of the Catholic section up at the Oakland Cemetery was discussed as a possible third location. He was not comfortable with either just outside of Lions Park or the Chautauqua Park areas. Chautauqua Park area in particular, because he was concerned with the location we're looking at is back behind the campground area, and with campers in there, he was concerned about not only the four-footed theft variety, but the two-footed theft that would be possible in that area as well. So he, and the flooding concern there, just like at the Lions Park location, was two of that was really a strike against both locations inside the park areas that he was looking at. Do you have any other questions for me? Interested in knowing more about how it works? As I said, it actually will fall outside of the park board if it comes into those areas.
Good.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Moving on to the campground park custodian.
At this time, I've received one application for the position. I'm particularly interested in tonight in finding if any member of this board wants to take part. I remember Mr. Zimmerman late last year had expressed his interest in the idea that a board member be appointed to the review process for applicants. I believe we discussed back roughly 2 years ago when we hired Jana that the application process fell and that there wasn't a board member involved. And so I'm asking tonight if you would like to appoint someone to take part in the, it would probably require, I'm not going to say this for sure, but it may require at least an hour of your time one day during the day, and maybe on the subsequent, if we do an interview process, you may also have another hour period 2 hours at 2 different times during the day.
I would recommend more money.
Is that a motion? Is that a motion? Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Thank you, hard for what you have one.
That makes it a little
Yeah.
easier.
I will contact,
You made that you want to take that one.
I will contact you when the application process is closed and we have an opportunity to review any applicants.
So when does it close?
I'll have to go take a look. Honestly, I haven't had an opportunity with everything going on at the airport to look. Right after the meeting, if you'd like, I can go take a look and just.
Well, we got one so far.
Well, we have one that turned it in. I know 3 others took applications out as of Thursday. I was not in the office on Friday, so I'm not aware if anyone picked up any applications. I do know we've already received one.
Any further old business?
I have a question about purchasing flowers from the prison in Rock 130. Larry wants to discuss it the last meeting. Why are we going that route? Why wouldn't we purchase from our local?
Last year, what occurred, just to give you a little bit of the history, for the first time last year, we made an arrangement with Master Gardeners through Iowa State Extension to actually prepare, manage, and plant and maintain the gardens, the round flower beds. The arrangement made with Tom at that time is he was given a budget to spend, which was
Tom,
basically...
the master gardener?
Tom Duncan, yes. And Tom had arranged with them because he could get them at half the price we were paying for them locally, which gave him more money to do some other things like switching out into some annuals, getting some mulch he wanted to get, and do some fertilizer care to the grass soil out there as well.
Do they have their own greenhouse in that over
They
there?
have
Yes.
their own greenhouse. They start, I went through Master Garden program this fall, and 4 or 5 of our classes were actually at the Christian, and we toured their greenhouse. They have an extensive greenhouse there. They grow most of their own vegetables, or almost all of their own vegetables. The other thing that they do is they also start all of the annuals that are at the Capitol building in Des Moines, and they go down and plant all those. So they have, I mean, if we could get them here, that'd be great if the greenhouse is such a deal, but
I think we should, if it's at all possible, we should get it looked at.
Well, depending on what it's going to be, but if it's only a couple of $300, I think, yeah.
It usually ranges somewhere in the $700 to $800 range.
Total cost.
Total cost for the flowers. I believe last year he was able to get it for almost $400.
I'd agree.
Well,
If we can get
We
it
gotta
all
find,
done.
we gotta find somebody to take care of the gardens first before we
Yeah.
worry about
they
it.
have, has Tom said anything to you? I sent him an email, but I haven't.
magically
heard
he
back.
answered all my questions but that one in his response, which I thought was quite interesting.
It's okay, if I don't hear from him, I'll just pick up the phone and call him. And half the time he's in Carroll, so I can run down when I'm in Carroll too.
I'll send another email, but please check on him as well.
Yeah,
Let me know if
I'll,
you get a
I'll,
response.
I'll check on that with him and see.
Didn't the 4-H kids take a...
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years though, they helped with the planting
I
process.
thought they did last year too.
3 years ago, they had one bed. I wasn't here, but I think Laura Zimmerman had kind of coordinated the effort, and the 4-H club took one of the beds and kind of took care of one of the beds. I think that's how
And
that
then
was
Chamber
set
took
up.
care of
Chamber
one, and
together, yeah.
2, and so, that was supposed to be a lot.
And the reason why we backed up with that is we were informed by Laura the next year, if I remember right, that she did not want to coordinate or manage that